So it's been written.
Woo. Woo.
Time is now.
Gangsta.
This is.
Wait for it.
So welcome to my den. I got paid and got a chauffeur on my ride.
Welcome to Income's Den. Yesterday I had to take a day off because I was so tired and I was so busy. Well, I am back now, people, because we are going to talk about, before I even say it, no, I'm going to say it. White privileges and African American privileges. Caucasian privileges and African American privileges. Let's talk about that. Because the reason why I'm bringing up this subject, I was observing yesterday when I was driving, I was observing a Caucasian and an African American female. They was eating together. And I was really observing them, and it made me think. It's like we are so social conditioned. We are so socially conditioned. I'm going to repeat this again. We are so socially conditioned. As African Americans, their ancestors have trained our ancestors to act accordingly. We cannot even fathom of trying to go out of the box. Now, how I got that from that ordeal by watching this Caucasian and this African American female, because she was like, when she was eating her lunch, she was like, the African American female was making sure that she wouldn't drop anything. She was eating decent, and she was just taking her time. But on the other hand, this Caucasian woman didn't give a crap. Excuse me. She was eating. She was grabbing. She was eating. She didn't care if people was watching. She didn't. And I hate this word, but I have to say it. They have trained our ancestors so good that our ancestors didn't even know that they was training their kids the way Caucasians wanted us to do or behave. They didn't notice that. Train. The reason why I hate this word, because we are not animals. And that's the problem. That most Caucasians do think that we're animals. I'm not saying all. But majority of them do think that. And I always try to trickle this back and say, let me tell you something. If we are, you are, and your ancestors were. Do you hear me? You understand what I'm saying? I tell them all the time. If we are, you are, and your ancestors were. Now, the reason why I said that is because we come from Africa. We welcome people. That's why they got almost everything around us, and they tried to take it away and didn't want us to be exposed to what was originally ours. See, we're still kind people. We are still welcome people in, just like our ancestors. Let them white supremacists, let them Caucasian, them Europeans come over to Africa. They saw them, white man, pale man, come over. You're welcome. And they accept them, and they put our asses in slavery. Because they did not want to clean up their crap. They didn't want to farm themselves. So what I'm saying is, it trickles down. Our ancestors pick up our attitudes, what we have today, from their ancestors. And I have said it several times from on my podcast. We didn't have that behavior, people. Our ancestors pick up that behavior of being rude, attacking, being violent. All this come from our ancestors picking up from their ancestors. Name something that they have not did any violence to. Have they ever haven't did any violence to anyone? Name it. The first time they landed on America, was Native Americans was here, they did violence to them. They socially conditioned them as well. They took them, they say, you need to wash your hair, you have life. You need to dress accordingly. You're going to dress like us. You need to do this, you need to do that. You're going to be just like us. They have trained everyone in the making of them. Sound like I'm taking somebody to school. They have trained everyone to be like them. You don't hear me, dog. You don't hear me. See, you got to understand. That's why they're having a hard time trying to let go of that power, because they have had this power for years. That's why I'm telling everybody to read Manifest Destiny. It's in the books how they got their power. Tragedy of Hope. It's in the book how they got their power. People, I'm telling you, my people, wake up and smell the coffee. When I say people, it doesn't smell like coffee. It doesn't at all. I want you guys to realize how we are so socially conditioned. I'm telling you, just by observing them two women, they're eating face to face. One was eating, I don't care, I'm going to eat the way I want to. The other one's eating, oh my God, I better not drop anything. I better eat right. I better have my napkin on the side of me. I wipe my face every time I did. We are socially conditioned. From us to the Native Americans, to the Hispanics, to everyone of color, we are socially conditioned. And I am breaking that habit because I have just watched people of our color. We have to watch out what we say. We have to watch out what we do. Because we don't want to get them upset. We don't want to let them talk about us. Let me tell you something. I'm going to give you a prime example that regardless of what we do, we can do the same thing they do. We can go on trips, the same thing. Any trip they go on, we can go do the same thing. But guess what? They're going to still see us as helpers, maid, or servant. I'm going to give you an example. And this happened to me years ago. This happened to me. I was on a cruise with my family. And I had some pictures that I was, some of the cruise members taking, and I want to look at them. So I walked on the deck, and I was looking at the picture, and I had a decent clothing on. Didn't have no name tag or anything. I don't even have to say name tag. I just had decent clothes on. Didn't have the color of the crew or nothing like that. So I was looking at the picture, and this white woman, this Caucasian, walked up to me and said, "Ma'am, well, how much of these pictures are? What size can I?" And I looked at her, and I said, "Do I look like I work here?" I say, "I am on the same cruise you're on, doing the same thing." So what? She couldn't believe I spoke up because I put her ass in her place. Because I paid the same amount of money, maybe more, than she did. And had the audacity to walk over there and say, "Ma'am, can you tell me what type of pictures these are and how big the pictures can get?" And I told her, don't play me. That's why I'm telling you people, I don't care what kind of job you have, what are you trying to do in life, they still gonna see you lower than them. Lyndon Johnson said it so clearly. I always have to quote this. He said it so clearly. And he's a white man. From President Lyndon Johnson said it so clearly. You can get the best African American male and stand right in front of that white man, that Caucasian. And you can tell that Caucasian he is better than that African American. That African American man can have money in the bank, has all the education. He could be a doctor. But that Caucasian male will always think he's better than that African American male while someone is picking his pocket. Long as you are telling that Caucasian man that he is better than that African American man, he will not realize somebody is picking his pocket. Do you hear me? Stall again. Do you not understand what I'm saying? We can be socially conditioned that we do everything what they have trained us, our ancestors to do, did our ancestors train us, and we still are not accepted. And I have said it, and I'll say it again in all my programs. I don't care if you don't accept me, but you will give me respect. You will give me respect. Do you not understand that? And if all you African Americans don't sit up here and demand respect, you're going to always be socially conditioned in the darkness of the abyss. Do you not understand? You will be socially conditioned in the darkness of the abyss. You need to learn to speak up. And do not sit up there and try to do violence, because that's what they expect, because they are volatile people. People, I've been trying to start a program so people can learn how to speak up, so we can get these people in the making of making laws. Get them with their own laws by the Constitution. Doing violence will not solve anything. Doing violence will not solve anything. They expect that from you. Because they say, "Ooh, you're so aggressive," but they don't look back where that aggressiveness come from. Where do it come from? That's why I have on my saying, white privileges, Caucasian privileges and African American privileges. Now, do we have any privileges? No, we do not, people. I don't care how much of education that you will get or receive. You do not have any privileges. You can live where they live at, but anything that start missing out of their household or in their cars, the first thing they're going to do is call the cops, call the police, and they will point over to your house and say there's African Americans stand there, and the police will have the nerve and walk over to your house and question you. It happened to me. I live in a well-known area with my own house. I am young and I have my own house, and this Caucasians live across the street from me. And when their car was broken into, the first thing they did is call the police and have the police walk over to my house and question me. And I looked at him stupid. You know what I said to him? I am missing something out of my house, out of my car too, as well. Somebody broke in my car and stole my GPS out of my car overnight. The same time they radio was stolen. That's why I looked at him stupid. I make more money than those poor things across the street make. But they have the nerves to send the cop over to my house talking about the dog didn't bark, because I was listening outside. I was listening because I was going to walk outside, and I saw the cops and I said, what the heck is going on? And overheard this guy who was staying across the street from me. Yeah, they live across the street. They, African Americans. And it wasn't no they, it's just me. At that time I had a girlfriend, so yeah. But they live across the street. You should go over there and question them. That's why when they was parking, let me tell you something. I went through hell with my neighbors. They was parking on my grass. And I told them if they don't get the HEL off my grass, that I would call the police. Well, the other neighbor who owned that house where I'm living in now, they allowed them to park on their grass. And I looked at them and I said, they no longer own this house. I own this house. Get off my grass. So they didn't believe me that I could call the police, because I know the law. I can call the police and make sure they get a ticket. So they tried me. I called the police. They got a ticket. You can't park on nobody's grass. This is why I'm starting a program, so we as people can learn that the law benefits us in certain ways if we use it in a correct manner. So, at the end of the day, do we as African Americans have privileges? No. They allow us to do certain things. And if they don't want you to do certain things, they will give it and they will take it. People, I'm telling you, if you don't wake the HELL up and get out of that abyss, you're going to be in trouble. You hear me? Just like these two women who keep on trying to rally and endorse Donald Trump. They're going to be right behind that so-called pretend wall he thinks he's going to build, because the Senate, them two houses, is not going to allow it. People, I'm telling you, we are socially conditioned. We need to get out of this abyss and stop being socially conditioned, because we're not going to be accepted regardless. I don't care how. Look how many years it's been. It's been almost 400 years out of slavery, and they still have this mentality. They're not going to change. And that's why they will not release their power. They are fighting hard. That's why you see so many Caucasians right now rallying with Trump. With that lie. This is a melting pot. This is a melting pot. No, it's not. Wake the hell up. It is not a melting pot. As long as your skin is dark, they will always think they're better than you. Always. And stop believing all that hype in religion. They invented that religion. And don't get me wrong, I believe in Jah. I believe in him. But don't believe in all that crap where they sit up there because they use religion. They alter the Bible so they can keep the slaves in slavery. Stop it. Their primitives is leaving them, and they're going to hold on to it till they can't hold on to it anymore. Don't ever think just because a Caucasian was raised in the so-called hood or the ghetto, believe me, if anything happened, they will straighten out. Johnny will sit up there and say, hey, man, what's up, man, what's up? Soon as something pop out, hey, how are you? Change that demeanor. Because they always know that their color mean a lot. I was listening to Bernie Sanders not too long ago. And he said the correct thing. He said his parents was born in Portland, not Portland, Oregon. Overseas. People, come on, join. Come with me. Come with me. Come on. And Obama's father was Kenyan. But he said, not one person have asked him. Not one person have asked him for his birth certificate. But they asked Obama for his. Now, where I'm going at is, again, what I have said. Don't ever think you better. They're going to always think you're not better than them. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to always think that Obama have an IQ so high. Obama have a degree. If I'm not mistaken, Obama have a master's degree. Very intelligent. Wife intelligent. Kids intelligent. Have all that. A millionaire. Wrote a book. An author. But they still think they're better than Obama. Why? Because their skin is pale. It's white. Why do you think they have it in a dictionary? White mean pure, innocent. That's a lie. And black mean evil. Opposite of innocent. Come on. You don't hear me. Do you hear me? I'm getting to the point. Letting you know. Wake up. Smell the coffee. And it doesn't smell like coffee. Sitting up here thinking you're going to be even with them. You're not. But I tell you this. You're going to respect me. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. You're going to respect me. As long as I respect myself, you're going to respect me. We have to walk among being in it. We have to walk and watch what we say or do. Just like we have to train, we have to teach our kids not to do certain things like Caucasian kids. Caucasian kids could do. I was watching this video. They jumped on this cop. They did. All of them jumped out of the car and jumped on this cop. Not one time this cop pulled his gun. Not one time he pulled his gun. But the first thing, they could be little like that and be African Americans. They jumped on that cop, they would have been dead. He would have pulled his gun. Because the first thing they would have said, I was threatened with my life. Them Caucasians jumped on this cop and were beating the crap out of him. They don't look no more older than 10, 11, 12. They jumped out of the car and beat the crap out of this cop. Not one time this cop pulled a gun out. But Andrew Jones is now dead. He was, 12 years old? Now dead. He was threatened by him, huh? So he had to stand his ground, huh? This happened in Florida. My hometown. This is crazy, people. We could sit up there and think that we could do the same thing that we have to teach our kids. We have to teach our kids. Man, you don't understand. That upsets me. Why our kids cannot go out there without worrying about getting killed? They can have patience with the Caucasian kids, but they don't have patience with our kids. They're threatened by our kids. Get out of here. Our kids don't carry guns. They start shooting at the early age. Caucasians, young kids. They're shooting at the early age. Some of them have guns on them. Who do the most serious killing? Who goes in schools and kill? It's not African Americans. But 9 out of 10, just like that young Caucasian that killed all them African American people in the churches and stuff like that in the church. They took him he said he was hungry. They put him in the back easy. He's still alive. Put him in the back easy. He said, well, hungry. They took him to Burger King. Took him to Burger King. You think, first of all, one of our kids would never made it to the SWAT car. They would have killed them. What is that? What does that smell like? Does smell like coffee, but it do smell like white privileges. Again, white privileges. We have no privilege, people. We can get all the education, and I want you to get the education. I want you to do, because they can't take that away from you. But we cannot do what they do. They can sit up here and lie all day with that colorblind system. That's a lie. They can sit up here and say racism doesn't exist. That's a lie. You can see how they treat Obama. President Obama is treated like nothing. You have never seen in Central Time how they ever treated any president. And I don't care how much this president have done done to the nation. Bush have did so much in the nation, people, and they didn't do anything. They didn't care. They never disrespect that man. The only person that disrespect Bush was overseas when they threw the shoe at him. I wish they would have hit his ass. But they never disrespect them here in the United States. Never. Hell, Bush did so much, they never had anybody walk in the White House like that. They protected Bush. Why? Because he was a Caucasian. How many times and how many incidents have so many people walked in the White House since Obama has been president? The Secret Service have never protected Obama. The way they protected Bush, and Bush did a hell of a thing in this house, he did bad things for this nation, and they never allow anyone to walk in that White House. Never. They protected Bush because he's Caucasian and he have that white privilege. He have the white privileges. You never seen it and you never will. And by the way, Hillary won Missouri. Trump won Missouri. Trump won Florida. I couldn't believe that. Well, I'm not surprised. But they know where they stand at. They're in Florida. Let me tell you something. I'm from Fort Lauderdale. Let me tell you something. Them Caucasians, they can come out of the blue or the hiding and stuff like that. But when Trump don't win, they're going to go right back under their rock where they come from. Them white supremacists. They're going to crawl right back up. Because Trump's saying it now. He's saying it out loud. So they decide they want to come back out. They want to come out. Oh, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm going to come out now. I need to speak up. I need to say something. I need to tell them how I feel because Trump's saying it. You coward ass people. Why don't you stay out after Trump lose? Because Trump can't win without the African American votes or the Hispanic vote. And so far, he haven't even tallied up all the units that he need to have. People. But Hillary Clinton has. I still don't love the Clintons like that because they cause a lot of problems in African Americans' environment. They cause a lot of problems. But I can't blame everything on them. But they did a majority of it, putting policies in that will hurt African Americans. So people, stop being socially conditioned. Come out of the abyss. Come to the light line or car. Get this knowledge. Get it. I'm telling you. Get this knowledge. We need to always try to get this knowledge. Even though we're never going to be on that equal plane, but damn, we're going to try. Because we are kings and queens. And we're going to get our power back because we had before, and we're going to get it back. As long as we get in those books and start reading people, I tell you time and time again, gave you 3 books to read them. Grand Chessboard, Manifest Destiny, and The Tragedy of Hope. Read these books, people. Leave me a comment. Say something. Tell me what's going on, how things are going. And if you don't like it, people, I know I'm going to get people that don't like it, and I don't care. Because this is raw, and nobody controls this station. Love you guys. Gotta go. Hope everything is going to be all right. It's going to be all right. And I'm going to say it again. We do not have privileges. They have all the privileges of all because of the color of their skin. And their attitude's funky. It stinks. Bye.
Girl, you're perfect. You're always worth it. And you